Hey guys, Nate Hibbert here. As I was editing the video you guys are about to watch, I realized that I'm doing a lot of external processing in this video because it's still something that I'm struggling with, which is setting realistic expectations. So I wanted to put this one gem up front. If you are someone who's struggling with setting realistic expectations or kind of getting back into the swing of things where you're able to complete all the things that you want to do, just think about what you've been able to do in the last couple of days of work or even the last week and set that as the new standard. That was something that helped me immensely and something that I wanted to put here as just a clarifying point, but I do want you to watch the rest of the video as there's still a lot of great information. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for clicking on yet another video from us here at the WingMan University. My name is Nate Hibbert and we are taking a short one video break from the Shopify case studies that we've been working through. We just finished up the first one. Again, links for that down below and we'll try to put a card here. And we're going to be moving into two more series just like that, talking about some Shopify stores that I put together for partners and clients and things like that. But I thought before I jump into all of that stuff, I should take a step back and talk about expectations. This is something that myself have been learning a lot about as we prepped all this great stuff going into 2020 back in 2019, the last couple of months there, and things just changed on us. And even after taking some time off for holidays and all of that, my expectations were much higher and greater than what actually happened. And that was kind of crushing in the moment. So I just wanted to be open and honest with you guys about what I've been going through and just talk about this idea of expectations, as I feel like I've been kind of back in the start of things where we've been moving to this new platform, using new providers and new services and new products and trying to get quality assurance and all these great things that we're doing, but it's a lot of the same like mindset that we were in when we first started print on demand, where it's just like we got to figure this out and we don't really have anyone that's here to hold our hand through the process, and now we're trying to document all of this as well. So there's just different levels of pressure and expectations that we want to hit because they're goals that we've set for ourselves, but just being realistic in that, knowing how to not crush yourself with those expectations. That's kind of what I want to talk about today. Just to give you some background of where I'm at currently in our business, for the last 3 years we've basically been doing sole focused on print on demand. So we started out with Merch by Amazon, moved into KDP, and then partnered up with a few other suppliers that allowed us to do certain different products on Amazon as well, but definitely a lot of focus on the Amazon marketplace. So with all that focus on Amazon came a lot of routines that I came to love and enjoy, and things that we could just go back to and rely on. So if we ever did take time off, we kind of just were able to jump right back into things because we had these routines built, and we even got pretty efficient at them where we could actually put up listings within like 5 minutes. And I even have a video series here on this YouTube channel where I was calling it 10-minute listing, where I could go through from not even having an idea, opening up Amazon, finding an idea, designing that shirt, and listing it all within 10 minutes, while trying to give you guys some insight onto what's going on in my head while I'm doing all of that. So to say that we had our system in place is definitely accurate, and we also had a team of people working with us to make that a scalable business, and we still do. But as my role in this company and our business that I have with my brother is changing, now I'm kind of the one spearheading this Shopify thing. So it's a lot of trying to make routines and trying to understand what's going on so we can have a system that works in this new platform that we're working with. And over the last 2 or 3 months of being in this position, maybe a little bit longer now, I've learned that I kind of miss the simplicity that Amazon and KDP bring, Merch by Amazon and KDP both bring to the market. And that's why we suggest that is still an amazing place to start. There's a little bit of an approval process with Merch by Amazon, but KDP you can jump right in. It's slightly more complicated than Merch by Amazon, as in you have to pay more attention to the details over there of making sure your journal set up exactly the way you want it, or whatever book you're creating is the way that you want it. But from an overall point of view, and definitely as someone who's been working with Shopify for the last 4 months, those systems are definitely very simplified. You only get the information that you need, and Amazon is handling a ton on the back end from the customer service and the shipping and the quality insurance and all the stuff that actually goes into running a print-on-demand business on the back end that we're starting to get a glimpse into now. And while I definitely do miss that like simplicity of those systems, I'm not trading that, or I'm not saying that we're going back to just using Merch by Amazon or KDP, because now that we're in Shopify where we can control more of what's going on and who we're partnering with and where things are getting shipped and the quality of all these things, we're kind of building ourselves a cushion. You know, when you're operating in Amazon's marketplace and using their platform, you're kind of at the will of whatever Amazon wants to do with that platform and whatever direction they want to go. But now that we are in more control, or getting more in control of our Shopify business, we feel that we have the power to run the business really the way that we want to. So even choosing things as small as like what blanks you're printing on, but also who is printing on those blanks and how those products are getting shipped out. Just a lot more control of the situation. Again, building in some type of cushion so that things don't just change on us drastically overnight. They might still, because, you know, that's kind of the nature of working online, but we feel that we're building a little bit more of a cushion and happy with the control that we now get working with Shopify. But back to the point of this video, which is setting realistic expectations for yourself. I've learned a lot about this over the last couple of weeks, read a couple of books that have helped, and talked to a lot of my mentors who have been very grateful as well to give me some of their time and just to give me advice for exactly where I'm at in my business and personal life. And I've kind of compiled all of that information and advice that I've gotten, and just wanted to make a video here talking about, you know, what I learned and suggesting to anyone out there who feels like they have also crushed themselves with expectations of, thinking about all the stuff that I could possibly get done in one day, but then when it comes to reality, like I only ended up getting like 1 or 2 things checked off of the list of like 10 or 12 things that I had written down. And so I've broken that advice down into 2 things. The first one is just to keep moving forward. Something that I've said quite a lot on this channel, but haven't really explained what that meant. And it's this idea that like, even though you might have, 12 things in your list and you're only getting 1 or 2 checked off, don't count that day as a loss. Say, okay, I still did get 1 or 2 things checked off, and tomorrow, I can try to tackle the other 8 things, or even break that list down a little bit more. But this idea of like, just keep moving forward over time and actually track the things that you are getting done, and look at each one of those things as a victory, instead of seeing this growing list of things that you need to get done as like this crushing amount of work that is just unmotivating to do. So looking at your past to see the victories that you're having, but also the other thing about looking at your past is to see how much you can realistically get done. So that's the, setting realistic expectations for yourself. If you know that every day you have a list of 12 things and you're only getting 2 of them done, then you should probably only add like 2 or 3 things on your list every day for you to get done. So when it comes to the end of the day, you don't feel like you're constantly being crushed. And that information is definitely what has made the last week or 2, as I'm really starting to get back into my routine, make things a lot easier for myself. Like I said, I've been kind of crushed over my own expectations. No one's telling me, you have to get this much stuff done, besides myself, because I know, and this is kind of the reason I talked about the routines that I had, was because when I was at kind of full capacity and I was banging on all cylinders, I knew that I could get 12 things done in a day. But as we ramped up for this new year, we took some time off. So it's taking me a while to get ramped back up to full capacity. But also the things that I'm doing are just much different. There's a lot more learning in my day, and my schedule just looks different now. So understanding that I can't set expectations of where I was, a year and a half ago. I have to kind of look at what I've been able to do over the last few weeks now that we're in January, and kind of calculate, okay, I've seen how much I've been able to do each day. Why don't I set my expectations realistically and say, let's just put 2 to 3 things on the list every day, because I know that they're going to take way more time than, the tasks that I used to have took. So I kind of merged those 2 points there. But the first one was keep moving forward, like just keep working, keep adding things to your task list and checking them off as you get them done. And the second thing is to look back at what you have actually achieved and use that to set those realistic expectations for yourself in the future. So again, I'm not trying to be your business mentor. I'm not trying to be this guru who knows all things business, but I am just trying to tell you guys the stuff that's going on in my current life, my current business, and just to try to share that stuff here to hopefully inspire anyone to keep moving forward, or just give you guys a little bit of break in your week if you're like me and you just beat yourself up constantly, to give you some encouragement that, it's not all doom and gloom. You are still probably getting things done, and you just need to look at those as positives and not just be like, oh my gosh, I only got 10% 90% done, but saying, okay, I did get 10% of those things done, so now I just need to adjust my expectations and bring them down by 90% so I can be hitting those goals every day and just feel a lot more fulfilled in my work instead of crushed by it. That's what I've got for you guys today. I'm going to be doing more videos like this where it's just like those aha moments that I'm having, or if I'm really struggling with something like this where I'm setting expectations way too high for myself, I want to be able to share that here on YouTube. So again, just keep encouraging you guys and showing you what's going on kind of behind the curtain. So I very much appreciate you guys. The next couple of videos will be back on Shopify and the case studies that we're doing. The next one I'm excited about. It's going to talk about the partnership of the first person that was willing to sign up with me to do a Shopify store and kind of what that looked like, talking about how the deal structuring actually went and how long it took to put all those things together and lessons that I learned along the way. So if that sounds exciting to you guys, a like on this video would definitely help out, but you can also subscribe to the channel to make sure that you're up to date with all of that as well. But until the next video, I'll see you guys around.